I'm letting my boyfriend dye his name on my head, and you guys already saw me put my name on his, so it's his turn. He wrote his name on the iPad, printed it out, and poked holes in the corners of the letters so it would be a guide for where he should paint on my head. He took a while to place it so he could make sure it was as centered as possible so I wouldn't be out here walking around all crazy looking, so thank you for putting in the extra time to do that. This is hopefully what the design will look like, but you'll have to see at the end and I'll explain. We used Adore Jet Black semi-permanent hair dye, and he filled in the holes in the corners of the letters to map everything out. Someone commented on the last video saying it looked like a cool dotted pattern, and next we should do our names in Morse code or Braille, which I thought was a pretty cool idea since it does look low-key interesting when he takes the paper off, so we might add that idea to the list. Now it's time to fill in the letters, and I forgot to mention, but this is the first time he's ever painted a design on my buzz cut since it's pretty new, and he was so locked in making sure he didn't smudge anything and that his letters were straight, and he used the same method I used for his head, where you press the side of the brush down parallel to your head instead of swiping because my hair was too long for that and it would move around if he did that. One of the hardest parts of doing these designs is that the camera eats first, so you have to stand at an angle next to the head you're painting so the camera gets the straight on view and people can see, but that means you're only seeing at a diagonal the whole time you're painting. But it came out nice and sharp and crispy, and he did such a great job, and I love repping my man's name on my head, but unfortunately when I rinsed out the dye, it bled like crazy at the top, and next time I'm just gonna use permanent dye so it doesn't bleed like that. But what should we do next?